I actually started crying. I don't know, I cried before the exam, and I cried in the exam, and I cried after the exam.
Hello guys, welcome back to Lifeclue. My name is Ruth, and today I have here with me Mary and Michael. We're going to be doing the medical students answering questions. Of course, we are all medical students here, so we're going to be answering questions that are popularly asked on Google and other platforms. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And so who's going to go first?
Me, ladies first. What's that?
Ladies first.
What is something you've learned in med school that you weren't expecting to?
Well, doctors are human beings.
No, we're not doctors yet.
Yeah, I mean, like, doctors that teach us are human beings too.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
something
time
you
when they
learned.
look like robots.
Oh, okay. I get what you like. From outside, they look like, oh my god, especially in our community.
When you get close, you know,
yeah,
that they are more human than you think.
Okay, one thing I learned was I didn't know I would cry this much. I'm not joking, I've cried so much. Like, there are days I know that, okay, like this, and it's not just about a lecturer in a different, like, some courses alone are terribly depressing. There was a time I wanted to have an exam, and I know I've read so much, but again, they just changed the way, like, my school changed the syllabus a lot. So they just changed the way they were going to do the exam, and I was already expecting this is where I would do it, and it just sprung up on us, and I actually started crying. I don't know, I cried before the exam, and I cried in the exam, and I cried after the exam. Although I passed, but I actually still cried because it wasn't something I was expecting.
Okay, for me, I think one thing I never expected was someone telling me how to talk to patients. Like, you know, when they literally taught us how to speak to patients.
Medical and ethics.
All this kind of say. I didn't. Why would you be teaching me how to talk? But thank God, because, anyways. So next question is: do you practice a lot of techniques and learning on each other, like taking blood?
No, we don't do that.
No, I don't. The only thing I've done is at blood pressure and all that.
Yeah, we do techniques on each other, but we do not pierce or
nothing invasive.
Nothing invasive.
No,
Yeah, that's the right word.
That's how you can do. Okay.
Have you ever tried to diagnose friends or family?
Many times. What's that? What am I a doctor for? Actually, a lot of times, but not diagnosed. I just kind of run through the doctor's review. I mean, I'm my 4th year now, so at least I know a lot to an extent, and I can take you somewhere to step 1. And when my mom says something about one more doctor said, or one more or some family member say something, it doesn't make sense sometimes, to be honest. So I kind of run through it like, no, this test is not correct. This why they give you this drug, but not really diagnosed, because I can say you have cancer and without confirming tests. But yeah.
No. The reason is very simple. I'm not supposed to.
I actually diagnose everybody, but not like I won't tell them. But in my head, if you tell me that your nose is doing like this, I'm already thinking.
Oh no, of course.
And if I see someone pass on the streets, I'll look at this. Down syndrome.
Yes,
that one.
If the skin is yellow like this, jaundice.
It's not on purpose.
But it's not like I'm going to go and approach the person. I'm like, you have jaundice. Oh yeah.
What keeps you motivated when school gets really hard? The fact that I'm going to earn so much money after medical school. Yes. No. Okay, that's a joke.
Money
that's
is
not
motivation.
A joke. No, that's not a joke. Actually, that's not a joke. And the fact that it's not a joke, to be honest. It's not a joke. The fact that you know you're going to work in a better place and get your money for it, and the fact that I know some way somehow it's going to end up saving someone's life at the end of it anyway. Because I sometimes think about life. It's not just medical school. Other things really frustrate me, but I look at the better end, and that's why I still keep pushing. So the fact that you know at the end of the day somebody out there is actually relying on you sometime in the future to actually get saved, so it still pushes me through.
For me, it's just the end, like the light at the end of the tunnel.
And
like,
to be called Dr. Mary. When I finish medical school, if you don't have doctor to my name, you are going to end in Kirikiri. Doctor has to be there.
In case you don't know what Kirikiri is maximum prison in Nigeria, Lagos. But anyways, for me, it's just the fact that I'm done. Like, I'm going to be done. That's just it. Like, I can't just wait to get to that point to be done and say, okay, all this thing at the end of it, I can see that it was worth it. Because of course, like she said, you're going to help somebody. The money too is a motivation. We should not even lie to ourselves. Because if I did all this, of course I have to make money for it. So that aside, but yes, the light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, for me, it's two things. The first one is the fact that I can, at the end of the day, I'll be able to do what only very few people in the world would ever be able to do. So, just to put myself among those 1% of people that would ever be able to accurately diagnose and help someone's issues with health. I don't think doctors are paid for their skill. They are paid for their time.
But so, wait, I'm going to say a joke. You say what only you can do. Sorry. There's an auntie that's on Twitter. She said she watched Grey's Anatomy and somebody needed help. And then they were like, who's a nurse? She raised up her hand. She doesn't know anything in medicine. But from so much she learned from Grey's Anatomy, she saved that person. So you're not the only one.
But Grey's, let me explain something. Don't go and try what you saw. Grey's Anatomy has a lot of errors. Sometimes when I'm watching that series and I'm like...
Never watched it.
I'll be like...
Well,
this is not what they taught us to.
No, that's why I said
that kind of
that's why I
said never watched it.
Really? It's what few people will be able to do. And then the second reason is God. Like at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds wrong, bro.
No.
Very wrong, dear.
No. The second, when things get hard, I think of God, because at the end of the day, He's saying what I cannot see. So.
No, I'm not saying what you said was wrong. I'm saying
wrong.
My reaction to it was wrong.
No,
I want to actually think of it. My faith also helps.
Like my
faith also helps.
Mine, I don't know whether I'll call it faith per se. I just know that God sees beginning and end.
Do you still check WebMD when you don't feel well?
Who does that?
No, I don't.
I
don't advise you to, because that's how you know that you have.
The easiest question
you know when cancer is not cancer.
No,
naturally, I'm already even thinking of
that
something
is when
else.
Google has prescribed you dead, but you're the one typing the thing. No, don't do
please
that.
don't.
Is it true that a lot of med students experiment with drugs?
The ones that do not do pharmacology, because if you did pharmacology, you wouldn't do that. No, it's not true.
No,
do you? You're not
I'm just thinking. There's, we have drugs of different types. I think med students try to, those that don't take coffee, like prior to med school or prior to getting to a certain stage, they didn't used to take things like coffee and painkillers. They start taking those things more often.
That's no experiment.
Well, maybe I see it that way. Like I see it as they just delve into it. You mean
caffeine?
Caffeine, paracetamol, but I don't think it's most.
Do you rely on coffee to keep you going?
My drugs question.
No.
First of all, it gives me a headache, so no, it's worse. I don't do that.
Do you?
Caffeine. I try to stay off coffee these days, but energy drinks, which is probably less healthy.
The same thing.
Yeah, caffeine. If it's caffeine, I like it actually.
Coffee has its own, no, but caffeine energy drink. Oh
Coca-Cola,
my God. Energy drink.
It's not healthy.
There's one time that all I could do.
I remember was drink energy drink. It was so annoying.
That's all I do.
That was literally water to you.
That was like, I love the taste of energy drink.
Okay.
What is something you wish you knew before you started medical school?
It's not that hard.
Yeah, I wish,
because everybody in Nigeria says to you, see, let me tell you, the respect doctors in Nigeria have, not the doctors that are like people who study medicine, when they see that, oh, he's a doctor, because of how they've made the system seem so hard to get into medical school. Here you submit your work results, sometimes in medical, so you know when you get inside. But before you get inside, they make you look like it's the death time, like you're taking the death penalty. I say penalty, but it's not so hard to be honest. Some courses are quite depressing, but out of the 6 years,
not depressed.
Neurology. But out of the 6 years, you might have 1 or 2 or 3 semesters that you don't like, but it's not that bad, to be honest. It wasn't that bad.
Something I wish I knew was what exactly? Just the fact that it's not how smart you are. It's just you should sit your ass down and study.
Read, yeah.
That's what it's not really about. It doesn't reflect your intelligence or something.
True.
You can be more intelligent than someone, but someone that is studying every day, single day, can be better than you when it comes to medical things, right? Yeah.
What did you do?
What did you wish you knew?
Probably that medicine might not be my only interest. At one point I thought it's medicine or bust. It's just going to, once you finish from med school, it's going to be medicine straight. But I don't think so right now. Craziest, grossest cadaver story.
Never had one. Oh, we did AUS. Yeah.
Wow.
I went to the first time, the cadaver room is beside the toilet downstairs, remember? I didn't know there was a cadaver room. So as they said the toilet is that way. And that's how I went to go open cadaver room. I legit froze. But yeah, the cadaver, that was my cadaver story.
Yes, do you have any?
Not really crazy, because I was excited to see cadavers. I really wanted to see them. So, but maybe grossest in a way. Like we're cutting, and then my gloves split, and then I had to use my hands to continue cutting. Yeah.
Okay, don't touch me, Dad. Okay.
How many years ago?
30. Do you have your
Anyways, in terms of cadaver, no, but like in terms of a fresh person that just died. We did pathology, this thing. Our teacher just called us, okay, come, let's do pathology stuff for
Where
the
was
person.
that?
In AUS, in St. Vincent. And then the woman, one of my classmates, he entered, then he the guy fainted, and I started crying. He now woke up, he now started crying. They now had to, okay, I won't mention the person's name. They now had to excuse him. And for me, when I got home, I couldn't eat meat for like 2 days straight. Because it felt like cow meat, legit cow meat. So anytime I'm seeing meat like this, that was my thinking. How am I sure that it's not flesh that they put in on me?
I actually ate semo the day my gloves split.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I didn't use my hands. I used cutlery. Yeah, I actually still.
Okay, you used cutlery.
Yeah.
Thank God, because if it's your hand.
No. But I think when you come out, you have to like wash your hands and sanitize and all that. So.
How did you know you wanted to be a doctor going to the health fields? First of all, my dad was in the medical field. My mom is a nurse. They didn't force me to do it, but I liked seeing them do it. And my mom did a delivery in our house someday. It was just some random neighbor, and then she couldn't afford hospital bill. My mom took a delivery, and it seemed really beautiful to me. So I actually wanted to do it. And I liked the white coat my dad used to wear that year.
It looked like the only thing that would challenge me. Like,
please, how old are you when you chose this one? You look like you have more sense.
No. Let me put it this way.
Which one? Who are yours?
No.
Than you.
I grew up with most of my friends older than me. So by the time I was in SS2, many of them were already in university. So I watched them choose courses like when they were going to write JAM and all that.
For me, I didn't know. I just wanted to be a doctor from childhood. So it was just like a normal childhood dream. And the name doctor. Like the way Nigerians respect doctors, that's actually not even, that was
it's
actually
not today. They want to give us pocket
not
money.
today. Like then, the way when you hear doctor like this, the way they make you feel is like you're on another level. So that was it might sound very shallow and very selfish, but I was young.
No.
It's
a good enough reason.
That was the reason why. And my mom is a nurse also. So yeah, okay. What kind of doctor do you want to be, or field or specialty? See, I think if you're in medical school, it's those people that start that will know the specialty they want to be. When they get to one point, you'll be confused. By the time you do one course this, that I wanted to do that thing, you just like, I don't see myself doing this.
Okay, that makes sense. I wanted to specialize in pediatric surgery, but then I've been to surgery, and I didn't like what it looks like. And then now doing it on a baby or child. I just want to be a pediatrician. Let's grab the surgery.
You'll be crying.
You'll be terrible, man.
You'll be crying and you'll be telling the baby sorry. Yeah. No, for me it's gastroenterology.
Nice.
It's just because I have sentiments with it. That's all. Personal family sentiments.
Nice. Never heard of anybody wanting to do that.
Really?
Most people want to do either cardiology or surgeon or neurosurgery. That's the highest paid, I guess.
Neuro and cardiology. I think cardio and orthopedic surgery.
Yeah,
but mine is just a personal like.
For me, I think more of psychiatry. Yeah,
I want to be seeing my people.
Right. Have you ever successfully diagnosed yourself with something? Yes.
Successfully?
Yeah.
I always overthink mine, so
never. I have.
Not
quite a couple of times.
Mine is overthinking. So Ruth will have a headache.
I'm supposed to take weight.
Maybe something's already growing.
What is the hardest part of medical school? I mean, I'm not done yet, so I can't say the future is harder. Which is not. Please, neurology is the pick of it all. But getting to learn medical terms and getting to remember the medical terms and how to use them.
For me, it's like having to deal with the pressure of people asking you questions.
When will you finish? Is it that
When
one?
will you finish? Well, what is
When will you
this?
finish?
What is this? Asking their
I have these symptoms. Like that whole
not hard.
being able to like compound it, and, because some people feel offended when you don't answer certain questions and all that. I thought you, and then you have to put your ego aside there. It's not like maybe you probably know these symptoms and how they present, but you're just trying to be very careful. Yes, you're trying to be as honest as you can be.
For me, I didn't really know. Come to think of it, I've never thought of it. What is the hardest part? I don't know. I just feel like
it's okay.
Yeah, like
med school is chill.
Just cry.
It's chill.
When you have problem, cry. I cried almost. So there was a time, especially doing biochemistry. All I did was cry.
There was a time
I finished the class, I would cry. I come out, I'll cry. Then when I remember that the exam is in 2 weeks' time, I'll start crying.
There was a time I cried in exam hall. I legit put my head on the table and cried. Like it was that. And I looked at the questions. It looked like I didn't know anything again.
It would be like it would sound like a film trick or something. But I've actually seen someone cry in the exam hall.
I said I cried. I'm not joking.
A new vision, like there was this person that was writing.
The
person was writing internal medicine 2 or something like
Neurology,
that.
Obviously, because he has to cry.
And this girl was crying. I'm like, your time is running down.
Don't worry.
Because she doesn't know what to write.
I was like,
Are you able to have a social life outside of medical school? Outside of school? Yes, of course. It depends on schedule. There are some clinical courses that you'll be doing at some point that you don't even want to have. You don't even like the little time you have is to sleep and watch movie.
I personally have a social life outside school, but
I'm happy for
I think it depends on what courses you're doing too.
Exactly.
Not every course carries the same weight. So
Yes.
you don't compare public health to it.
Sorry, no shade.
No shade, really.
No shade.
Does it get annoying when friends and family ask you for medical advice?
No, I like it.
No, it doesn't.
Love it.
At all.
You love it?
Love it.
Does it get annoying? I won't say
it's
annoying.
nice, even though I'm not going to answer you most of the time.
I won't say annoying, but I find it as a privilege. Like, oh, so you see me as
Thank you for the
such,
honor.
that kind of thing. One of my default answers is always lifestyle changes.
But that is it though. It's more fun. It's vegetable exercise.
But that's the truth. That's the truth.
If you ask me for example, I don't like first of all, what I don't like, what are you exercising?
One of the most, like, have people asked you guys like ridiculous questions before? Like something like, I'm feeling very heavy. What do you think?
You're pregnant.
Something like that. Mary.
You are feeling heavy. You're pregnant.
What is
you might not be.
No. But why you feeling heavy? No, really. But when I hear people use that term, basically they mean.
I think they are bloated or something.
No. What I usually tell them, like, oh, okay. After laughing in my head, like, okay, look, go and check your BMI and.
Yeah, I just
the people that usually say that usually thin people, so I'm like, you're pregnant.
Anyways, so this is all we have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video
and consider studying medicine.
And consider studying advocate of medicine. Consider studying medicine. And if you're a medical student out there, you can also answer this question. And in case you don't agree with some of our answers,
put your answers in the comment section.
Thank you guys so much for coming. And please make sure you click the like button. And if you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe and turn on your notification bell. We love you and have a nice day. Bye.